this video, we'll discuss audience groups and how they affect the new du.edu website. As we zoom into this top portion of our prototype, you'll see a View Site For idea, and it lists different kinds of audience groups across the top of the page. Now, the reason we segregate amongst audience groups is that each audience group has a different set of needs, and so by segregating them, we'll be able to address those needs specifically for that audience group without presenting confusing information that's intended for a different audience group. So if we want to look at an example at the current DU website, this page is the Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences area. We can see how it becomes confusing to present information intended for various audience groups in one place. Now, the landing page for Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences has 4 sections: Arts, Humanities, Social Sciences, Joint Programs, and Dean's Office, that are intended for prospective students. This is going to be information about the degree programs, the departments, and all of the information that revolves around those things. The next 5 sections, however, are only marginally intended for prospects, if at all. So a good example of how we're presenting information here not intended for prospects is this faculty info section. You'll see that it's very much intended for faculty. There's policies and procedures, due dates, and so forth. Nothing here speaks to prospective students. However, when you first arrive at the page, a prospect may say to themselves that the faculty info section will have biographical information about the professors that they will be interacting with as a student at DU. But once they go into that section, they see that that's not the case, and that this information is really not intended for them at all. And so you can see, by having all of these different kinds of audience groups, or content for audience groups, all coexisting on a single page, it becomes a confusing mash of communication and messages to any given audience. On the new prototype, we're going to segregate apart those audience groups so that there will be no confusion. So once you're in the prospective students area, you're only going to be presented with information that's contextually relevant to you as a prospect. In a similar manner, if you go into current students, you're going to be only presented with the tools and the information that you need as a current student, and not with more of the marketing messages that you would expect to find on a prospective students section. This 4th area, this More area, will actually have a drop-down menu, and it will house some other secondary audience groups. The current website takes this audience approach and uses it, and you can see it here along the sidebar. We have prospective students, current students, parents and families, alumni, faculty and staff, community and visitors, and news media. Now, we've already segregated out the student portions, but then the remainder of these audience groups will be in that More listing. And so that is how we are intending to tackle this idea of audiences at the new website. And the basic idea behind it is that we want to provide the right information to the right person at the right time.